right at the end, I even texted. I'm like, it's 7. Oh my goodness.
So hi everybody.
Hello.
To our adoring fans.
Fan.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get that guy on.
Yeah, see if we can get one of them.
Did you just assume the gender?
I did. I'm so sorry again. I like to think. I actually define myself as an actor, and I have since the beginning of my career.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not an actress, even though if you were to genderize them, then yes, I'd be an actress.
Right.
If we were like Gumble, but to me, it's like mankind. It's this sense of oneness that we are one human being to be able to do different types of roles. So I should be able to play both genders. I should be able to play a non-gender, like a sheep, or an alien, or a tree, or a flower.
Correct. Yeah.
I should be able to do all
a true
that.
Shakespeare.
Huh? Yeah. So that's kind of why I'm always about I'm an actor, even though I don't really necessarily mind if people call me an actress.
Right.
As long as they don't call me late for dinner.
Like Linda Lou, an Alaska actress.
Linda Lou.
I'm not familiar with Linda Lou.
She was with us on the set of Way Up North, and
nobody knows her.
Nobody knows her.
Okay. Nobody knows her.
But she'll tell anyone how she's not an Alaska actress. I remember, she didn't.
Yeah.
But then we checked her Facebook page to get who is this lady, because no one knew, and that movie set was full of Alaskan actors.
And everyone knew everybody.
Yeah,
that's
we all
the
knew
way
each
it
other.
is. Yeah, that's the way it is in Anchorage.
We tried looking her up, and she talked about how she was like in these acting contests I've never heard of.
Yeah.
And just these other things.
Yeah.
We're like, someone needs to pull her aside and tell her.
It's not Crynos, it's Cyrano's. You need to let her know. I got a fun surprise yesterday night. I was going through the Facey Bookie, and my friend Cameron said, "Hey, I'm in a documentary. Go watch it." And it's called The Yeti
The Outlaw Pass Yeti Investigation.
Yeti Investigation, but it's
I was gonna
say. Did you picture it?
Well, I don't know what the name of the show was.
Okay. I don't know. It was like a Yeti documentary. It's on.
Well, it's a documentary about the Dyatlov Pass massacre in '59.
Okay.
And the Yeti conspiracy that's a part of it, which I had never heard of with the Dyatlov Pass incident. But they're just basically tying in possible Yeti sightings and Yeti being responsible for these students. You're familiar with the Dyatlov Pass incident?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kinda. I mean, not really.
A bunch of hikers go off hiking on some hiking expedition in the middle of winter for some weird reason.
Okay.
In the Urals. And they all died. But the investigation, looking at it forensically, the tents were all cut open from the inside. And when these people left their tent in the middle of the night, they did so in their pajamas. No boots on, some of them just in their drawers. And, they were found not terribly far away.
Right.
Of exposure and other things. But there was this thing that we were watching yesterday. Was like one of the explanations that makes all the sense in the world is that there's a Yeti in Russia.
Right. Well, so they talked about how, and so one of my friend Cameron and Anthony are two Alaskan actors. Were both in the movies. That was really cool. But I'd never heard of this story before. They talked about how the hikers, the 9 hikers, their injuries, their death blows and stuff were so ferocious it wasn't done by a human. It was done.
Yeah, it was done by the elements.
It was done by something that was so strong that it would explode your heart from the inside, shatter your bones to powder on the inside. Your internal organs were smushy, and tongues were ripped out so deep, eyes gouged, twisted body things, and it was like. It was impossible. There was no bullet wound or knife wound. It was weird.
That's it was
crazy. Very weird. And then it was quickly covered up by the government.
Soviets.
Ruskies, so and then so this documentary went into possibly what they think it was, which was a Yeti. And they talked about how all indigenous, and this is very interesting too. This film, I don't know if other documentaries have gone this pathway, but they're now instead of it used to being like weirdo person over here, conspiracy theory, it's
Mhm.
now indigenous cultures and people and the tribes that have been telling us, they're saying that have been telling us for thousands of years, don't go in this sacred areas, don't go in through these passes. This is where the outsiders are.
Right.
Right. So this Yeti conspiracy, there's like people with degrees of indigenous culture Yeti expert. It's like, okay, that's a degree. And or cryptologist, but for
Cryptozoologist.
okay, what's a cryptozoologist?
Well, I know crypto has to do with codes and like breaking codes, and a zoologist has to do with animals. So you put the two together.
Okay.
Secret messages in animals. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool. Well, they did talk about also how it's potentially this Yeti has.
Full disclosure, we did passive research on this.
Yeah, like we watched a documentary. I know everything for the next 20 minutes, and then I'm going to forget it and learn about something else.
Right.
But they talked about how just like tigers, so the bodies, it wasn't just that they were massacred and that they cut the from the inside of the tent to see what was going on. Their hair had gone white. Like,
oh, wow.
It went white, like Moses white.
Right.
That was for the leader or the most experienced person of the group. And just that the bodies had just been damaged. So they talked about how tigers apparently had this it's like a sound.
Infrasound. Not ultrasound, infrasound.
It exudes a sound that hurts your body.
Such a low frequency, low hertz, that the human ear won't hear it, but other animals could hear it. But it's still a sound wave traveling, so your body could still react to it.
So with the Yeti superpower infrasound, it also talked about another group of hikers in 1998 somewhere else in Russia, and they all there was one survivor. And she then has now told her story.
Oh, wow.
So,
except her story wasn't anything, except they all started dropping dead around her.
That's still something. What we saw, what her explanation was in this infrasound thing, is that they all heard this horrible sound that their eyes started bleeding, their mouths were frothing.
Oh my God.
Their bodies were convulsing. And so everyone was dying around her, just dropping to the ground, dying.
And she didn't hear the sound.
For whatever reason, she kept running.
Okay.
She couldn't.
No, she got sick too, but she found the strength to get up and go.
I just scared. It's the Yeti. That's what it was. Whatever it was in her.
She didn't succumb like everyone else did.
Right. She saw everybody succumb, and she's like, "Fuck,
I'm out.
I'm out.
Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Not today, Yeti."
Now, I had never heard that part.
Yeah, you had never heard any of that. So Michael's telling me like, "Oh yeah, it's about this, and this." I'm like, "You said exactly what the show said, except it's about Yetis." So and
I had never heard the Yeti part, but I had never heard this 1994 thing either.
Right.
So there was
that's post-Soviet.
Yeah.
There was a whole show about Alaska monsters.
Okay. They're talking about like Washington.
I don't think that was in there, but there was an actual they did a whole show on Alaska called Alaska Monsters from 2014. No.
Okay.
I don't believe
they talked about the Sasquatch,
the Bigfoot, the Bigfoot of Denali. What were the episodes here?
Yeah.
All of this.
But they talked about Yeti though, but
I think they might have. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I would always known Yeti to be a white.
Right.
Polar bearish.
Right. And they also talked about like in Russia, there's quite a few more other things where they're seeing more and more sites of people posting what looks like these strange monsters.
We had Central Alaska Bigfoot, the saber wolf.
Ooh.
That was an episode.
Saber wolf.
The otter man.
We're not married.
The northern giant.
And otters aren't nothing to mess with, dude. They'll ruin your day.
No.
The Alaska tiger.
Aww.
Sasquatch of the South, so that's southern Alaska.
The tigers of the South, southern Alaska.
We got Bigfoot of the Arctic Circle, Bigfoot of Denali.
Okay, so we got Bigfoot.
Bigfoot of Toke. Bigfoot of Cache Creek.
Well, Toke did have a cat for a mayor, so anything can happen there.
That was
Houston.
That was Houston, yeah.
Or Talkeetna.
You know what?
Talkeetna and Houston are the same thing to me.
Okay, yeah, no, that's true. And then Bigfoot, so they got all kinds of Bigfoots. We got Bigfoots of everywhere. Okay.
I know, but is Houston the other way? No. You're right.
Sewer.
So we're left wondering: is it that the government knows about these Yetis and they're keeping them in these ungettable areas? So there was a lot of theories.
They also did a spin about Stalin wanting to,
Weaponize
incorporate the Yetis into their Soviet soldiers.
We lost our light.
Super soldiering. Wasn't me. Oh, it something moved. It pulled out the.
Okay. Is it back on?
No, not yet.
No.
Okay.
Oh, pretty
right.
again. Oh.
Yeah.
Yay!
Let there be light. Okay.
So you're saying, Mike?
About Stalin and wanting to breed or cross the DNA and for his soldiers so he could have a battalion, whatever, of super Yeti soldiers to help fight the Nazis.
Yeah. And then the Nazis had the same idea.
But I like the Polish way of doing things. They actually incorporated a real animal to help them fight. This is the story of Wotek the bear.
Okay.
Tell me about Lieutenant the Bear.
Wotek the bear.
Wotek.
Wotek.
Okay.
You gotta speak Polish. So
All right.
Wotek, there was this little Iranian boy who came across a Polish outfit, and they were, rounding him up with the other people's, but they noticed his backpack was moving. And they inspect his backpack, find a little bear cub.
Oh.
They ended up buying the bear cub off the little boy, and a couple guys in the unit, are feeding the bear milk, and they're raising a bear cub to a full-on bear. And it's artillery supply division.
Okay.
And the bear stayed with them. And they were
because they raised this bear.
Yeah, because the bear was hanging out with them, having fun. The bear would
Aw.
take showers. The bear would drink beer. They'd, give him cigarettes, not all the time or whatnot. But the bear was part of the crew.
Right.
And there's even times in combat because there's artillery supply, which is why you see in this is the patch they made afterwards.
Right.
The bear would do bear see, bear do, and see them carrying shells to the gunners, and he'd pick up box of shells and carry them to the middle of combat.
Holy wow.
Yeah, and you can't actually have an animal going country to country, even in war. So there were a couple times they had to give the bear a name and a rank to make him part of the battalion to be able to get him on the convoy.
Right. Oh my God.
And he goes on. He survives the war. It's a supply company. They're kind of in the rear with the gear anyway.
Well, yeah, exactly.
But then a couple of soldiers with the unit end up keeping the bear with them, and they do what they can. The bear ends up living the rest of his life in a zoo in England, somewhere in England.
Okay.
But yeah, Wotek, and it was Wotek.
That is way cool.
Yeah, it's a funny story. There's photos of him. He actually captured an enemy because the bear liked to take showers in the latrine, and the saboteur came into their camp.
Saboteur!
And he goes into the latrine and thinks there's a company member or somebody taking a shower, and pulls the curtain back to knife him or whatever, and it's a bear. So he got a prisoner.
That is
I
wild.
hope
Yeah,
he
and
can
I was
knife
just-
the bear.
And I was thinking of when I was at Corey Station, the Marine detachment there had a bulldog, standard Marine mascot,
Mm-hmm.
and they gave that dog a rank and a name. And every now and then, the dog was an officer, so the Marines had to salute him.
Oh, I love it. We work with animals.
Yeah, I felt
That
sorry
is
for that
cool.
dog. They took that dog on the run with them. This is an American bulldog.
Oh,
Does not
Oh,
need to be
geez.
running with Marines.
No.
He has a big old set of shoulders. I mean, just dog was just
the
muscle.
kind of
Like
dog
he's mad
that
about
knocks
it.
you over when you walk past them. Oh, excuse
But
me, sir.
he bit the CO's daughter or something like that. Not hard or whatnot, but she got demoted.
She got demoted.
No,
Oh, the
dog
got
the dog
demoted.
got- oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And
Yeah,
sometimes
you can't do that.
some of the dogs, it was Sam, of course. And Sam was sometimes a sergeant. He was a captain for a while. I didn't know if the dog
That's
had
crazy.
legs until I saw him running with the platoon. Yeah. Because Nord had sat over by the flagpole where he's chained up.
Well, we've talked a lot. Robbie, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Doing all right.
He woke up a little
Another-
bit.
Yeah.
Another year around the sun.
Around the sun.
If you believe that conspiracy.
Well, yeah.
Flat earthers.
Well, it's true. I told you how that works. Carmine explained it in today's video. All right, I'll let it go.
So Carmine is a flat earther.
Is Carmine a flat earther?
No, he's not. But he had this vision. You got to watch the video.
Okay.
But basically, it goes on. Carmine was saying that when he was working on the employee or daydreaming as employee theft.
Right.
And he was about 7/13 through the second coat of varnish. Just before he remembered you're supposed to open a door when you're varnishing, he had this vision.
Oh!
And his vision was that the flat earthers are correct. It's just over here. I don't have my round.
I mean, the things that he just has available.
Right.
You know.
Oh, I do have it. Good.
He has his example of how it could be possible.
Yes.
I believe.
Yes. So I see we've gotten a lot of flat earthers now on our channel. They're always.
They say the right buzzwords.
Yeah, we say the right buzzwords.
Okay,
right.
and for the viewers too. So you've got your flat Earth here, not to scale.
No.
So you just don't go, frisbeeing through the solar system. It doesn't work like that. You have to think of a flat Earth in a 3D universe. Here we are. They're flat, see, flat Earth, but it spins like a coin, see? And then that way it makes all the sense in the world. It's around the globe. It's all true. It's like even when you're traveling. Let's say you're leaving Alaska, about here, and you're flying to Russia. Well, you just fly around like so, and bam, there you are, right there in Siberia. Just travel this way. Works the whole way. You try it. No.
Oh.
You have to spin it.
Like it rotates. Remember that in school? Not that way.
Oh my God, Robbie.
Yeah. I mean.
No, you don't fold it.
Oh.
No, it spins.
It just spins.
We're not on board with this flat earthery.
Well.
Tell Carmine we appreciate his enthusiasm.
Hey, Native Americans use peyote. Modern woodworkers use varnish. You get your vision. You get your vision.
Well, speaking of round things.
Yeah.
Like Earth?
Like Earth, yes. Round things. The Sphere in Las Vegas is opening tonight with a U2 concert.
Oh.
And do you know what the Sphere is?
I don't.
I do not.
Okay. Let's take a look at what the Sphere is. The Sphere is a new venue in Las Vegas.
It's new.
That is basically what it sounds like. It is a sphere. It is covered in LEDs.
Oh, wow.
And this is a building in Las Vegas. And so yeah.
You go in it or around it?
You go in it. It's a venue inside. And so the inside is the same thing. It's got LEDs all over the inside. It's got a completely
23
submersive screen.
Lord.
And tonight, U2 is see, there's a sphere like the Earth.
Wow.
All right.
Oh, see how they did that, yeah.
Yeah, let's see what it says. Yeah, this is boring. Like
constellations and codes and stuff.
Yeah. So
Care. Plan my visit to Sphere.
Yeah, so U2 is playing there tonight. But let's see. Let's go back.
Sunday, Sphere, Sunday.
But yeah, today is the opening, and
so is Bono going to preach about child starving in Africa or climate change?
Probably both.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like you're very 1989 on that statement.
He hasn't given up.
So they started. So it's an 18,600 seat auditorium.
Wow.
Being marketed for immersive video and audio capabilities. It includes 16K resolution wraparound interior LED screen, speakers with beam forming and wave field synthesis technologies and 4D physical effects. And then the venue's exterior features 580,000 square feet of LED displays. So it started construction in 2019. When I went to Vegas in 2020, and I told the story about the COVID and we were right there. I actually have pictures on my phone of the construction of it. I was trying to get them off my. They're really hard to see because I had to take it through a big screen.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
but you can see there, and they had like one of the largest.
That's the Coliseum.
They had one of the largest cranes in the world set up, and you can kind of see the crane right there.
Oh wow!
Yeah, there we go. Dang. So I mean, it was the crane was freaking huge. We can actually play the little video, maybe.
Oh, cute.
Maybe if you'll go. No,
it's similar to the green screen that they used to film.
There we go.
To record The Mandalorian.
Right.
All the tech crew is like in this dome with the actors, and they're just real time as they're acting their scene. They're typing in all the background and all the set and all that just around them as they're acting.
Right.
Yeah, just CGI experts, just watching them play Star Wars, and they're adding in,
schematics.
Well, basically the set. Because these guys are just working in like a green room, not really a green screen.
Right.
So I was thinking, the Sphere in Vegas looks like a very cool facility, and they're supposed to be opening more. They're working on more of them, I guess. I think one in London.
What is the feasibility of having over almost 20,000 people in one place at one time anymore? It just seems like the world isn't trending that way. It seems we're trending
we're going back. I mean, we've basically gone back to that. I think. I mean, we've gone back to large events like this.
People still attend baseball games, football games, basketball games. Those are indoors.
Yeah.
So for you guys, what are some of the venues or stadiums like that you've been to that you've been impressed with?
Vegas new stadium was really nice. Where the home of the Raiders.
Okay.
But any new stadium's gonna be really nice.
Right.
I was really impressed with Jerry's World in Dallas.
Okay, so what were some of the things about the Vegas or Jerry's World that you thought were innovative, or what caught your eye on those?
We had club seats in Vegas, and what's neat there was, in the jungle, you can, assuming you're not club, you could almost go carte blanche around the whole stadium if you want, anywhere.
Right. Okay.
Here to get to our section, it was sectioned off. Just say maybe these sections all had their own room.
Oh wow!
So you weren't with the rest of everyone else. Once you got carted into here, that's where you stayed. It was fun because they had all the all the items that you'd want,
right?
Like concessions and this and that.
Yeah, each little section would have its own concessions.
Yeah, but this is about 3 sections, I think. So that was neat the way they did that, and it made it smaller, not so crowded. I thought because you just didn't have your other 65,000 best friends who are there with you, in your way.
Right.
That's definitely what I see is like just trying to keep people grouped, I guess. Yeah, that seems like a good way of getting control over them.
Right. And Jerry's World in Dallas was just a whole other level. Everyone knows about the TV screen they got there, the Jumbotron.
Yeah, what was that like?
Yeah. I had end zone seats, so I got to see basically the end of it, not the broad side. But it was pretty neat. It's up there. When I hear about punters hitting it with their punt, they put some leg on that because you really got to try.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And so, did anybody hit it while you were there?
No, not when I was there. But
okay.
I know it's been hit once or twice, a couple times, which is just kind of funny in game. The ball goes up and then just awkwardly comes straight down, like no punt ever does.
Yeah.
And it was pretty neat. One thing that I noticed is neat in Dallas, field level, or sorry, street level is second, is club level.
Oh,
So
okay.
the field level, that's 40 feet down.
Oh, wow.
You enter at the street and then you go down for.
Oh.
And other stadiums are like that. The Astrodome was that way.
Okay.
And it was all marsh plains too. But as I could only imagine, they probably had to do that in Dallas for as tall as the darn building is anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they got like 5 levels, I think, of stands.
Yep.
And it just goes up and up and up and up. Compared to the Superdome in New Orleans, smaller, cramped. They get a lot of people in there because they took away all the spare room.
Yeah, exactly. No, I grew up going to Riverfront,
Mm-hmm.
Riverfront Stadium, which was, I mean, that was literally just a bowl.
Right.
I mean, it was a round.
Yeah. I think the same designer designed like 7 different stadiums.
Right, because
Probably.
They all look the same.
like the Pittsburgh Stadium was that same
3 rivers.
thing.
With the walkways, how they were up and down to get you to and from sections.
Mm-hmm.
It went all the way around the base level.
Yep. No, here is Riverfront Stadium. That's how it looked at the time. Thank
And you had to feel
Can you
sorry.
tell folks what's going on here?
Got a homemade birthday cake.
We are
homemade
having
frosting.
homemade birthday cake for me. So thank you very much.
Butterscotch.
So yeah, so that was Riverfront.
And I feel sorry for the football guys because
And,
ultimately they were playing football on a baseball field.
oh yeah. No, when they had to convert Riverfront from a football to a baseball stadium.
Linebacker
It
Reggie
just
Williams,
never really worked very well.
he's never changed this answer when he's asked, what's the hardest hit you ever took in the league? He says the field at Riverfront.
Oh, it was so
Oh.
bad because it was like it was awful. It was pretty bad. Oh man.
I mean, it wasn't that comfortable for baseball players.
And then, so now Cincinnati's got Paycor Stadium, which we went to last year. And then I was just recently, a couple weeks ago, I even did the live stream from there, but I was at Great American Ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems they got 2 different stadiums now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they do. Cincinnati has 2 different stadiums.
Or Hamilton County paid for them both.
I think the coolest stadium that I've ever been to was Bristol Motor Speedway.
Oh.
And that was just a sight to see. And let's see if I got a couple of pictures that I can pull up here. There's one. I mean, that was before it was full. I mean, it's a half-mile track completely inside a stadium.
Wow.
I mean, and hey, look at me.
That
was quite a few years ago. Thank you very much.
Yes, it was a younger man.
But it was the night race. That's a really good shot right there.
Oh wow.
And I think this was, I don't know if this must have been qualifying or something. I think this was the day before, but because it was packed. I mean, it was completely packed when we were there.
What's going on in the infield? Or those are like big spenders, or is that
no? That's
staff.
That is just the trucks. That is the trucks for the
cars
for the Cup race and the Xfinity trucks. I mean, that's all they have room for is the trucks and then the garages. And I think you basically work out of your truck. You don't even really have a garage.
Wow.
That you work out of. They've had football games there, like the University of Tennessee has played there before, where they put a football field in the infield. Mm-hmm. But that was really impressive. That was an impressive stadium. Jody, what about you?
Well,
what venue has caught your
I'll say Jody by herself has not ventured very far out of her rabbit hole and explored many a thing. However, Michael and I've gone on those things, and I think did you already mention the stadiums?
Well, Houston.
There was the New Jersey Stadium.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you guys went to New Jersey.
Okay, yeah, like I don't know their names.
It was a brand new stadium when we went there,
and that was cool. I mean, I didn't feel like it was impressive of like, so many, kind of things. But I liked, it was nice. It was. We had a good time there. Right. And then we went to the one in Houston.
No, I'm sorry if I take over half a second on Houston. When I was a kid, I think about 14 or so, I saw the Astrodome in person for the first time. Mm-hmm. Largest storm building I ever saw, hands down. And when we went there in 2000, pick a year, and, back then, NRG Stadium, where the Texans play now, is actually right next to the Astrodome. They share a parking lot.
Okay.
And Houston still uses the Astrodome.
They left the Astrodome up. Yeah.
Well, the city still uses it for rodeos and conventions and things like that.
Gotcha.
Texas rodeos.
Yeah, rodeos. Mm-hmm.
But anyway, the new stadium, NRG Stadium, is so darn big. I mean, it's just mammoth in comparison to what was at one time the largest storm building I ever saw.
Right.
I got photos of it. Just this little hump is the roof of the Astrodome. Next to this mammoth.
And it's a dome as well, right? NRG has a retractable roof.
And they opened the dome. They opened the roof for us the game we were there. And from what we understood, it was really rare that they just hadn't lately for a season or two.
And who did we see
there? President George H.W. Bush.
Yep.
Okay.
He got golf carted out to the center for the coin toss. And out of all the team captains, both teams, the only guy that shook the president's hand was Andy Dalton.
Oh, wow.
He like broke ranks from the other captain, just walked right up to him. It was,
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And then the kiss cam.
That's awesome.
You know how to do the kiss cam. The camera just goes to couples in the stands during commercial break, and you're supposed to kiss.
Yeah.
So they went to the press box where George and Barbara were, and George is either off of La Land or he's talking to someone. Either way, he's not noticing. So Barbara clearly says, "Kiss me, George," and he just turns to look at her like, "What?" And then she just grabs his face and kisses him. Crowd goes nuts. It was entertaining.
Oh, that's great.
I'm so glad you have a better memory.
Yeah, like 1/2 second.
You don't remember that?
Not at all. Apparently, I tell things to Michael, and then I forget that I tell him, and he tells them back to me. I'm like, "Wow, where'd you hear it then?" He's like, "You." And I'm like, "Okay."
Well,
no memory.
Yeah, no, but you also have conversations with me that I don't even remember having.
That's because you say that's because you're asleep, and I think I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to the asleep Michael.
I feel like this is no longer my fault. She's talking with me while I'm asleep.
It's always your fault because you told me you're awake. Michael, I talked to you. Are you awake? Yes, I'm awake. What?
So, I usually my wife and I are different because I'm like you. I can be if I'm awake, I'm awake. Right. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember what happens, and then but my wife does not. Slender. Oh my goodness! Like we'll have complete conversations the night before something.
Oh no!
And she will have no idea.
That is so frustrating.
She does not remember any of it. And then in the mornings too, same thing.
Oh
it's like
no!
We'll have a conversation and they'll be like,
"I just
like,
talked."
I don't remember that.
Frustration.
But you know, you
know when to not talk to them.
Yeah, you learn. You learn that you're going to have
their response is not acceptable.
You're definitely going to have to say that again.
Sometimes I take cheap shots at him when he is in that thing because he's not going to remember.
Right.
So I'll say what I usually want to say, but don't because it bite my tongue.
So
we're all assholes to our husbands or to our partners. Yeah.
Well, I think we
treat each other the worst, and we treat each other the best.
Correct. Because you get just so used to people that
you just
people get used to each other, and then they.
I don't want to change. I don't want to figure somebody else out. I don't want to have another. I don't want another Michael. I want this one. Hands on. I don't know, Mikey. My one of my coworkers, she was saying the first time she saw my husband, she's like, "Wow," like she was like, "Who's that huge, big guy at the kilt?" Like she was one of those like, you made an impression.
I get that a lot.
You do. You get that a lot. You make an impression, good or bad, we don't know, but it's an impression.
It's an impression.
Now we know what kind of impression. A weird impression. Who was that?
Who the hell is that?
How can you be so chipper this early in the morning?
I know. It's so funny who you can tell who's a morning person, who's not a morning person in the school. You have the people who are,
okay.
because you have staff that are doing the crossing, like, for the kids coming in and out and whatnot. And they're up there, the first people, working and whatnot, and they're to greet everybody. So it's a, hi, good morning. So of course Benji and I are always in good mood. We're like, hi, and hey, and ha, and others are not.
Right.
Sometimes the caffeine doesn't kick in right away.
Sometimes people need
I
the
am
caffeine.
not. I do not like. I hate mornings.
Oh,
I
really?
just do not like mornings at all.
Man.
I am a night person.
Uh-huh.
I can, and as I've gotten older, I go to bed earlier. and I never thought I would, but I do now.
Yeah.
But I can still stay up. I can stay up all night.
Really?
I can stay up all night long.
I can't do that.
And go to bed in the morning
Uh-huh.
and sleep during the day.
Okay.
I can do that. There's some people that can't do
Right.
that can't fall asleep during the day. Like if it's morning time, like I could stay up all night, go to bed at 8:00 and sleep
wait
until
8 p.m.
Sleep until 2:00 in
Or
the
2,
afternoon.
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
That wouldn't throw off your
would
body
not- no.
clock.
No. And so, and like I, coming out of when I was in the military, I worked a weekend overnight shift, and then I worked at UPS. I did the plane load calculations. I went to work at midnight and worked until sometimes I worked till 5, and then sometimes they'd ask me to carry over and do some work the next day. So I'd work from midnight till 8 a lot of times.
Wow.
And so, I mean,
I remember pulling double shifts when
Right.
I was younger. It was like you worked a whole shift. Like, could you stay in the? I'm like, sure, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, and at the end of that double, why did I talk about
Well, my double shift was working at a tourist shop, folding shirts and selling things.
Right.
It was not in a restaurant or.
Yeah, you weren't running
service.
tables, yeah.
Yeah, I've never had one of those jobs where my body. Well, that's not true. I've done gigs where my body is broken afterwards. But
right.
nothing steady.
Yeah, but I'd still be able to stay up. I'm still able to do that. And it hurts. It hurts a lot more now than it did. I mean, it does take me like I do online racing, and when we have 24-hour races where we have different teams, I'll stay up late, and watch the end of them sometime, and they'll end at 2, 3, 4 in the morning or whatever.
Wow.
And then that usually hurts.
Michael likes to say,
hurts a lot.
What do you say, Michael? It's kind of like you have the hangover without the drinking.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, that's what it feels like. That's
it
exactly
does.
what
It feels like a hangover
That's
without
my
the
hangover
drinking.
now.
Just dehydrated, pain.
Yeah, some time ago I thought I was having a migraine.
Yeah. And
it
you
was
just
more
woke
like
up.
that caffeine withdrawal.
Oh,
This
right.
headache
Yeah.
was just, where'd it come from? And
Yeah, you don't get headaches.
it took a kickstart to solve it.
Mm-hmm.
Aging.
No,
is weird.
I've gone through a phase in my life. I quit sugar for a long time. I quit caffeine for a long time.
Sorry, I just gave you an
Now,
immense amount of
it's
sugar.
fine. I'm back on it now, of course.
Yeah,
but,
this is really sweet.
Back on the wagon.
No, it's back on the wagon, but I don't drink anymore.
Right, yeah. Thinking about my vices, I'm like, sugar is definitely a vice for me, hardcore. I mean, that's the Mormon in me. But
Yeah,
soda pop.
I didn't quit drinking. I ran out of time to be drinking.
You did. You ran out of the time because you were always a social drinker. You were never a solo drinker, or you never drank at home. We never drank at
Right.
home. Besides, like when we were first together, and he was making me surfer on acid drinks while we were playing Candyland.
That's awesome.
She cheats at Candyland.
I do. I cheated a lot of things. I can't help it. I'm a princess. I want to win.
But I'd say one thing with me that has come on the past couple of years is my kill switch is on my backside.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can be on my feet running around to no end.
Okay.
until I come home for just a bit of a break, catch up with her on the couch. Hey, put in this movie, and
You're out.
by the end of the opening credits.
Yeah. It's the place that you go to nap.
I can't even go to the theater anymore.
No, he just falls
You
asleep.
put me in one of those loungers, those theater
I
loungers.
took
You
him
turn out the lights. It's a dark room. I'm out.
to the
I'm
new
out.
Star Wars and he fell asleep.
You know,
In a Star Wars
I had
movie.
seen it before.
Star
Wars, yes.
No. It was the
Oh
new
no,
one,
that
like,
was the new one, wasn't it?
I
Yeah.
just fell asleep and I couldn't believe it.
I could. You put me in a dark room in this reclining lounge chair.
I'm sorry, I was not asleep when my mommy and daddy took me to see Barbie. I was like this. The whole movie.
the only movie I've ever fallen asleep on in the movie theater was Stargate.
Oh man, I love Stargate.
I can
And
see.
I have tried to watch Stargate 3 different times, and all 3 times I've fallen asleep in that movie. So I've never seen the movie without falling asleep.
God. And now you're like psychologically.
Yeah,
designed.
and exactly. It's like
For me, that
flying.
was Crouching Tiger.
I thought it was an Andromedon strain.
Andromeda strain.
The androgynous strain. Hey, that'd be a fun.
That sounds like
Florida?
That one's been a couple times too, but I remember specifically Crouching Tiger.
That's
And
a
this
lot.
is even after me buying the darn DVD,
Oh wow.
and I still couldn't. Well, it is a marathon,
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a lot.
but yeah, no, didn't.
My friend Allison had a poster of Chow Yun-fat in her bedroom from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. He was the bee's knees back in the early 2000s.
I liked him in Replacement Killers.
See, I didn't see that.
Oh,
I
good.
liked him in Daddy Daycare too. He wasn't.
And there was the one with Wahlberg where there were law enforcement officers like San Francisco or something.
San Francisco, San Francisco.
Don't remember. But with the Replacement Killers, he said he did so many. His scene all day was just firing those prop guns. The next day, he couldn't even hold his chopsticks trying to
Oh, sure, yeah.
eat.
I mean, you felt that with like painting or working
Oh, yeah.
wood and like house cleaning, and then these parts just don't work.
Mm-hmm.
Your digits are dead.
No blow tech.
No.
Oh.
What was the just talking about movies?
Mm-hmm.
That thing you got over there, what the hell did you call it? The thing that's in the Home Alone movie.
Oh, the Mangle Iron.
Mangle iron.
Like
Mangle, like you mangled your arm.
Like mangle
Not-
iron.
Not mango iron. Mango iron.
Like MANGO?
No, L-E, Mangle.
Mangle.
Yeah.
iron.
I'm sorry.
No,
Like you
it's
got your
okay.
fingers caught in it.
I have not been able to find that clip.
Find the clip where he's
I
they're
got
in the neighbor's
close iron
house
to
and
the
he's
face.
built that or Macaulay Culkin's already upstairs, and what's the guy's Norm was his name?
Norm or
The taller
Home
one.
Alone. It's the original one.
Home Alone,
right?
original one.
Okay.
Towards the end of the movie, and he's building this like ladder out of boxes and whatnot to be able to get up to him, to Kevin. And the very base unit of it is the Mangle Iron.
Huh. Well, I didn't do anything. Oh, my gosh. Why am I not signed in?
Wait a minute, I got images of Wojtek the Bear. I just don't know how to get it on the screen.
Oh. I can.
he has to do it. He has the power.
No, do you have,
no power
can you
here.
present? I don't know that you can.
We'll show the bear.
I just opened up another search engine.
Oh, go back to the thing. See where it says present,
Okay.
and then click share screen, and then click window.
Jeez.
I know, and then click your. Well, why is it not? Huh. That's weird. Oh, because it's right there. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and hit that and hit share.
Yay!
Did it work? Is it share? Yes. Okay, now click the thing. Now
what?
click there where you bring up that. There you go.
Oh.
Now you're sharing.
Yeah. Looks like it was a brown bear. I thought it was an Asiatic black bear. Where'd you get a brown bear? But yeah, this guy was just. What kind of bear doesn't like beer, huh? What's in the name?
I never gave my bear a beer. And I gave Chauncey a beer.
I could just imagine being some saboteur breaking in to some, enemy's camp and someone's in the shower. I'll slit his throat and and get his dog tags and here's my kill. And
I just hope someday I get to yell saboteur to someone. Like saboteur.
Why? You mean like for real?
For real. It's like
you want to be in that environment?
No,
that doesn't sound very
okay. Maybe a play.
Okay.
Okay. We get a play where I go, ooh la la, saboteur. Oh. I don't know what kind of play that was, but
I don't either. I don't know what kind of play that would be.
It didn't run for very long.
So yeah, I wanted to show everybody the mangle iron that was in the
Home Alone movie.
Well, I've
seen made famous in Home Alone.
It is actually really exciting. We've seen quite a few of our items in movies. Like what have we seen, Michael? Lamps.
The cash register.
The cash register.
Popular by Tremors.
By Tremors, that's right. Our cash register was made popular by Tremors. So whenever we know that there's a movie with this piece of equipment or whatnot, then we try to match it up. We had a snakeskin suitcase once that we put with the Clue movie set.
Here's mine.
That's yours. It's not the clip.
It's not the clip.
No, but it's the same one we have for sale that you can buy at Rethink Home for a very reasonable bargain.
322 East Byron Lane. Please help us not die.
I can show you the mangle iron. I can show you the actual one. Hang on 1 second.
It's on wheels. I can just bring it over.
Nope.
This is how it works. Feedback.
Oh yeah. Way feedback.
Feedback.
Turn the camera off. Okay, here we go. Camera. Front camera. See, that's me. Now we'll go with the back dual wide camera. There we go. This is Rethink Home, and here is the mangle iron.
Woo!
As featured in Home Alone.
The Simeo classic.
Hollywood blockbuster.
Hollywood blockbuster. Hollywood.
Turn my mic back on so you can hear me over here. But yeah, this is it. Oh wait, I'm backstage. Damn it. It says you're backstage. You're not even on here. Try this stupid thing again.
Well, I got mine way under price. You going $1,400?
Have you sold
I have not.
All right, now I'm there.
There you are. I'm sorry, your bros over here didn't tell you that
No,
you were
nobody told me I was
yeah,
not
nobody
there.
told you your fly was down. I'm
Well, I
sorry.
can see it too. I should have noticed. But yeah, Rethink Home here in Anchorage, Alaska, and this is.
There you go.
There
That's that sweet action.
So this is one of the first things you bought, correct, Michael?
Yeah, sadly. Just given that I still have it.
4 years
Right.
later.
And I'm gonna break it.
I said, wow.
Oh yeah.
I stop sharing this.
And this is it right here.
So yeah, this kind of thing, it's like I don't know who's gonna buy that unless they're redoing their kitchen.
Right?
Oh, okay.
See, and so it irons stuff like curtains, right? Or very
Curtains are think of yards of fabric.
right, like very large things that are wrinkled,
Like my clothes.
like Michael's
It's exactly
clothes.
like Michael's clothes. Yeah, your
You
tents.
could
or your-
totally.
Yeah, my flags that I
your
wear.
flags that you wear for shirts. When
So-
Michael does when is Michael's laundry a week and the hamper's full? Me, a month.
I remember it was the first time I flew to Seattle for a game, and it was just sort of a drive-by, fly in, watch a game, fly out.
Right.
One of the people at work was talking about, just putting my clothes in my backpack, and that'll be good. even with that short a trip, that wouldn't. No.
Nope.
If I had a backpack that those clothes fit in, it would not have fit in the overhead compartment.
It'd be as big as your camping chair.
Yeah, no, the backpack wouldn't have fit in the overhead compartment anyway. So I was like, yeah, I'll check a bag.
There was these tent or camping chairs. You know, they have your typical folding camping chair. And at Cars, they had these 10 times that size. So like a giant camping chair, or in true Michael fashion, an actual chair.
Right.
So to me, the small one is to Michael this giant one that you can fit all the kids on if you wanted to. And he was so comfy, and so now
sleeping it.
the past couple of times he passes out, in his chair, and it's just.
But I think it's probably related to what I was saying earlier about the kill switch.
Yeah, it's on your behind.
Yeah.
But it's just nice you have a chair that fits you, that fits your body. Everybody needs a chair.
Well, it is
Everybody
actually
needs a
big for me
chair,
as well.
yes.
I have to jump up to get in it.
Okay, well that's something.
but yeah, you're way up there, almost like a lifeguard stand.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
Yeah, this is like the top of
that's the seat.
The seat.
Oh geez.
Yeah.
Holy moly!
It's huge.
That's cool.
And you don't sit in. You even say like sitting back here, my feet coming out like something out. You're not sitting in it properly. I'm not as big as the chair.
Right.
It's oversized, but still, it's nice.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
Where is it at?
It's in my garage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He pulls it out for his.
But they sell them at Cars beginning of summer.
And maybe the end, but it's like very very short periods of time, and
Short window, and
they're usually around a couple $100. But I got his on a deal, so it was just
gotcha.
the last one and a deal, and it was like his birthday or Father's Day or something.
Yeah, my birthday because it's the beginning of summer.
Okay.
And it's just one run, and I haven't seen them the past couple of years
No.
because I was looking to get a new one so we'd have matching ones.
Ah, baby.
Well, that's the other catch is
I would
it
be
sure
able
is
to
so
get into
neat
it.
when we're camping. Everyone else, takes a turn and never gets out of it, and so
I don't think I've ever sat.
yes, you have.
Have I?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Memory thing.
Ah! Who are
and then
you?
and then I'm just
Where
like,
am I?
I'm getting my
Oh,
chair.
that's cute. Look at that. A little braid choker.
Oh.
Why? It's cute. It's there. It's my hair. It's actually, I don't know. Is it touching? Oh, that is pretty.
That's interesting.
It's itchy. It's
I don't know
itchy.
how that would work. I mean, you could probably tie it over to your
Yeah,
other,
just tie it to the other
tie it
hair.
to the hair on the other side.
Yeah, and then just walk around. That's
But when
Right.
someone says, "Hey,
Right.
Jody," go,
Dude, you might have a new fad.
I
here.
might.
You might be onto something here.
Oh, look at that. Look at my little curl.
I can maybe do it with.
Oh. Your beard hair.
Pull my beard hair down.
This is just my hair.
Beard choker.
So now instead of the
That does
curtains,
get itchy.
do the curtains
Mhm.
match the drapes? Do the curtains match the rug, which match? No, wait. Oh, dadgum.
Why?
What is it?
Yeah, my
No, it's the curtain matches. Does the rug match the curtain?
curtain match the carpet,
Carpet.
Carpet!
or the collar match the cufflinks.
God, I suck at this stuff.
What? The cuff? What?
The
I don't know
cufflinks
that
match
one.
the collar.
Cufflinks match
Okay.
the cufflinks match the collar.
Yeah, I don't know how the.
Why do I keep pointing down?
The
Aren't you glad that's off camera, eh?
Yeah, right? There'd be nothing there. It's hardwood floors in this case. Oh, God. I put that on the internet.
Oh. Oh my goodness.
We're live.
So we're live.
Yeah. So live. We can edit that out. No.
I hope
we
so.
can't.
I
No.
mean, I'm not hiding it.
But you are by clothes.
Yes.
Yeah. We're all
I'm
hiding
right
something.
here.
Let's see how redder we can get. We can get it.
Oh. Why don't boys ever have to worry about this kind of stuff? You guys are dumb.
Mhm.
Nobody ever's like, hey, does your man have hair down there? Of course he has hair down there.
Man,
He's a man.
We have
They
hair
don't do
everywhere.
anything about it.
We have hair places we don't want fucking hair.
and what do you do about them? Ignore them.
Ignore them, and then your
exactly.
women just have to
Ignore it and
accept
it'll
it.
go away. Or or it won't.
Or it won't be an issue.
Yeah.
It's like I would like these certain things. I'm never going to get them, but I would like them.
Yeah.
I like it when you're all pretty. I do like your chest, though. You have the perfect chest. So do I. No. Let's get off camera. Let's end the show.
We have probably not much time
Brought
left,
to
but
you by Snack
we didn't do anything real though.
No,
No.
That's a birthday episode.
it is totally a birthday.
We talked
episode.
about
It is
Russians.
talking about
Old
Russians.
Russians.
The
Commies.
The
The
bear.
bears.
The bear.
Yeah.
Was that a Russian?
Yeti?
No, that was Polish.
It was a
The
Polish unit.
bear.
Yeah.
Polish unit bear. And
We talked about
we talked about the spear.
the spear,
Yeah.
And the flat
venues we
earth.
liked.
The-
And flat earth.
the arenas that we thought were huge and good.
Mhm. Correct. Yeah, I had a topic. We were going to talk about Google, but we're not going to do that.
Because I stole the
No, it's fine. It's not you.
Technically, his
It
parents have to bear
didn't,
some responsibility.
just didn't feel like it. Considering, we are on YouTube, which is owned by Google, but
Mm.
I don't really care.
Well, in breaking news, 25 years narrator, an arrest has been made in the
Tupac!
murder of Tupac Shakur.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
You'd think a
27
homicide,
years later.
a homicide on the streets of Las Vegas would have lit a fire under LBPD's butt to do something about it, but no, they dragged their feet on this one. But all's well that ends well, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, they solved that quicker than they solved the
Kennedy
whole-
assassination?
We're just
Yeah.
watching JFK for the first time, or I am. Oliver Stone's JFK. I'm loving it.
the whole
Still a movie.
Mandalay Bay
Yeah.
automatic weapon thing. Yeah, we
There-
still don't have the footage from that.
We don't have the footage of him bringing these bags of or
Yeah.
suitcases of. You just know he didn't use a bellhop for that because
Oh, that dude. Oh,
Yeah.
the Mandalay.
no,
yes,
that
yes,
day,
yes,
the
yes,
Mandalay
yes.
Bay. Yeah,
Yes.
in a city that's got more security cameras
Correct.
than you could possibly imagine.
Because wasn't there? They said that he did multiple times and nobody just noticed.
yeah.
It would have had to,
You
'cause
still-
you're not
yeah, you would
carrying-
have had to. You're not carrying that
Right.
In
all
one
at
trip.
one.
Yeah.
He had
But
like
we haven't.
30
We haven't.
or
And he's going to
40
carry him because he
weapons.
can't use the bellhop.
Right.
He's going to know how heavy these bags
Yeah.
are.
Right.
So he had to would have had to like just taking them in a few at a time. But still, you're
And that's going to
gonna-
be over the course of days.
yeah.
Nobody noticed
But
that.
we never.
The dude-
But yeah, and it's probably on video
Yeah, but
that we've never seen.
they're not releasing it. The police or the hotel.
Why did they ask the police officers who breached the room to turn off their body cameras?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Those are the things you got to ask. So.
Oh, do you think it was like a job
I
or
have
something?
no idea.
Yeah,
It
you just
was
left
clearly
them.
premeditated.
Right.
Because you don't do all that prep work for
Yeah.
some spur of the moment crime of passion.
No,
No,
you don't.
exactly.
You don't. You know that
It's-
you're what you're doing.
For months ahead of time.
I have never cared about. It's like I can't even see myself with that enough care to do something that huge.
I mean, no
But
one hates
anyway,
country
No,
music
no,
that much.
exactly. Yeah, for
I-
sure. I mean,
nothing.
yeah,
it's gonna make me ever do that.
right.
I mean, even if you were, I don't. Maybe if you were murdered and it was like a revenge.
You know
plot or
the
something.
killdozer situation.
Killdozer.
I could see how he was driven to
Ah.
that. I mean,
Who's the
Yeah.
killdozer?
so this person owns a business, and another company buys like the lot next to him, and to build their business, he gets railroaded.
the
You know
bolt-
what the route,
the guy in the tank that
Yeah,
just takes everyone.
yeah.
Yeah.
and just he
That's
tried.
white man
He tried
falling.
asking for help. To
Yeah, that's just an angry.
you go to this
angry
office for
man.
help like you're supposed to, and they spit on you as they kick you out the door. And you go to this office for oversight help, and they give you the finger, and
right.
it just goes on and on for the
Mhm.
poor guy. That, well, here's a big screw you to the rest of you,
Yep.
and
Did he
over
kill himself afterwards?
yeah,
Okay.
but over the course of a year, he's hardening his bulldozer.
Right.
Oh yes.
Yeah, he didn't just
spent-
make this overnight.
No. And yeah, I think.
He rigged it
We'll
with
have to go look
cameras
at
so
it,
we
like,
could see.
Oh yeah, and he told people what it was,
Yeah.
and they didn't believe him. And
And then
that
one day he just
thing-
gets in it, lowers it down onto him, which
Oh,
locks him in.
God, yeah,
Right.
And he knew he
Yeah.
wasn't coming out of it.
he knew he wasn't coming out. And they weren't getting that thing off.
But
They
no
would
one got
not
hurt besides
get it
him.
off. Right,
Did
correct.
they
Just
ever get it
property
off?
damage. And it was really
So-
just the property of the people that
Correct.
wronged him,
Yes.
to include the city.
Do you know what they did with the killdozer? They chopped it up into multiple different hundreds and hundreds of pieces.
Souvenirs.
And they shipped those hundreds and hundreds of pieces to hundreds and hundreds of landfills across the country.
Instead of recycle the steel?
And split it up because they didn't want anybody to get any pieces of it.
Oh.
Instead of recycle the steel.
Instead of they cut it up and sent it to landfills all across the country
Because they assumed we'd want it.
because
there was a
right, yeah, no, exactly.
one man
Yep.
against the system
Correct.
kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha.
That's a weird story. We should look at it. We should look at it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's us. Happy Friday.
Yeah. Happy Friday. We are. Oh, should show them the pictures of our office real quick, though.
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah,
got
you got some ready?
I think so. Maybe.
What times are
Saturday?
Yeah.
Lydia and Sally. I'll have to check it.
I thought I did.
I'm gonna straighten that up tonight anyway. So
Dang it! I'll have to do it next week. Well,
right.
because we'll have more up next.
Yeah.
week.
it won't be
They'll
just
look way
we'll see the
cooler
skeletons.
next
They'll
week.
actually be more cubically.
Janet can decide that I'm not bossy.
Yes, and I also gave her the coffee cup.
Oh, is there another
I
one?
didn't give it to her,
But
but
loaned it.
yeah.
Well, they're gonna put our ad in their
Nice.
flyer. Yeah. Let's see. If
No, yeah, or Mark came back in. Hey, Janet's borrowing this. Okay, yeah, enjoy.
because it's ours too. So
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
And they go, wait a second, I had a coffee cup that pairs nicely with that.
I wonder what it's for. It must be for the show. I don't know.
But we are building a really cool set over at the other building.
Yep.
And yeah, we got some good feedback on it already.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. So we're building our office set, and I wish I had the pictures to show, but
And if anybody
Don't put
watching
them
wants
on
to
here.
give us, a $50,000 grant, that would be great.
yes, please.
Just to
Anytime.
keep us comfortable with
Life.
life. That'd be really nice. Just
That
got
would be-
denied for
that would
food
be
stamps,
okay.
so it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
I wanted to go on a diet anyways. That's why I made you the cake rather than buy one, which is better anyways.
It
right?
is. No, it is. It was a very,
You
very.
could add
good
more
cake.
sugar.
All right, next week we'll have some really good pictures of our
Yeah.
office next week,
Yeah.
and we're gonna be doing some filming on Monday
Yeah,
too.
that's
Monday,
right.
We're gonna film with one of our stars. So exciting
Yes,
stuff.
Jeff.
So all right, well, everybody, peace out. Have a great
Yep.
week, and we'll see you next week.
Go Bengals, beat the Oilers.
Woo!